This is Prince Magnum coming to you from his apartment in Washington, Missouri. Uh, what you see before you is a few AA big books, or the book self-titled Alcoholics Anonymous. And it's kind of a small collection of big books that I've collected over the years. And each one has kind of served a different purpose in my sobriety. And and this isn't all of them, but this is just a few of them. Um, we'll start with the one on the farthest end. Uh, this is my original big book. For 8.5 years, I've had this thing, and this is the book that started off for me. This is the book where I started learning all my steps. As you can tell, it's falling apart. Yeah, right there. You could definitely see where it's coming apart. I use this book a lot. And matter of fact, where you see it split, I was using this very heavily at a certain point in my life. That's why it's split right there. And as a matter of fact, to even hold the cover itself, because I've had it for so long and used it so much, I actually had to duct tape it together. And this is a fourth edition for those who are wondering. But every once in a while, I'll still break this book out and use it. As a matter of fact, my wife, I guess feeling like she wanted a bit of that nostalgia, asked me to take this to a meeting, and everyone's like, "Gosh, that's an old big book. It's falling apart at the seams." I said, "Of course." I said, "I used it a lot. It's the big book I've had. At that time when I took it to the meeting, I've had it for over 8 years." And they're like, "Wow, and you still use it?" I said, "Yeah. Every once in a while, I still break it out, and for sponsees, every once in a while to show them that how useful the book is. To make my point, I'll break this out and show it off to them and everything." So yeah, this is my original big book, and I got this back in February 2000. I think it was February 13th, 2006. I got this, and every once in a while I still use it, and that sort of thing. This one here, this fourth edition big print big book. Um, this one, I'm not going to go through a whole lot of it because it's got names in it, but this one I bought 7.5 years ago, and its main purpose was just to collect signatures, and to kind of ask. I would ask people to put their wisdom and things like that in there, and things like that, and over the years, it's collected a lot of signatures, and eventually, when my time comes, I pass on. I'm either going to have my family donate it to AA World Services as a thank you, or maybe my family might want to keep it. It just it's something I guess I'm going to have to talk to my wife about at a later date. But yeah, this big book I've had for 7 years, and every once in a while I use it, but most of the time all it's for is just collecting signatures and everything. And you know, and it's a really cool book. Like I said, I've had it for years, and you can see some of it, but I don't want to leave it open for too long because, like I said, it's got names in there. This one here is a fairly new big book, uh, and I use it here at home. Um, and my wife actually, I think my wife bought this for me, and I use it. I use it pretty regularly here at home. It's a fourth edition as well, and I like it. I like using it. I haven't marked it up yet with all my favorite passages that I use very extensively and things like that. But I still, I use it here at home, and I've used it with the guy I'm sponsoring right now, and anytime we go over the steps, this is the book I crack out. There has been a time where I have cracked out this one, but most of the time it's this one. So that's the book I use very heavily. Now, for those of you out there who are old timers, you might appreciate this one. This here is a third edition big book of Alcoholics Anonymous. AA World Services used to sell these still, even long after the fourth edition came out. You used to be able to get the out of print version, uh, and you know, uh, and this one here is actually in fantastic condition. Like I said, right there, you can see third edition. Uh, my sponsee, the guy I'm sponsoring right now, I have to thank him for this. He seen this book sitting at a Goodwill, And he bought this for me because he knew I was looking for one, and I've got it now. I paid him back for it, but he bought this for me. I paid him back, and I'm just so tickled to death to have this. And of course, if you're an alcoholic and been in the program a long time, you know that the famous Dr. Alcoholic Addict story is in this book, which later on went to be known as Acceptance Was the Answer in the fourth edition. And of course, it used to be there was a page on acceptance, and every sponsor would tell the sponsee when it came time to learn about acceptance, or that they needed to read something about acceptance, they would say 449. Well, now it's 417 in the fourth edition, but it used to be 449 in the third edition. So that's a neat little piece to my collection of big books. And each big book that I have is very special. I actually have a big book that I also keep in the car for when I go to meetings. That way I don't have to take out and bang this one up. So technically I use two different big books, pretty primarily today. But I keep one that I have in the car, and it gets beat up. I mean, I've spilled things on it. It's gotten wet. I mean, you can definitely tell I'm loving that book to death. If you're getting into the world of Alcoholics Anonymous, a big book is a must if you want to learn the steps. The big book and the 12 and 12, both books are very essential to your recovery, along with sponsorship, a home group, and all those things that you'll hear in meetings. But and if you're not an alcoholic, I definitely recommend the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous for reading, because it never fails. We always know an alcoholic or an addict in our family. We always know that one alcoholic or an addict that needs help. Well, they're not, and they may not be ready for help. And to understand what they're going through, the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous is very insightful. It's firsthand experience from the first 100 alcoholics who helped write this book, along with the co-founder Bill W., who did the original manuscript. Definitely, a book to have around your house. I recommend it to anybody, and you can go to just about any AA meeting and buy one of these books. Unfortunately, the sad part about it is today, with our growing economy problems, the prices of these are still going up. Thankfully, there's still groups out there that are making just enough money on books that they can give these away to newcomers who don't have any money at all. And thankfully, there's still groups out there that do that, and that sort of thing. But that's just my collection of big books, and I'm very proud of these. Especially, I think the one that I love the most is still this one. This is still my favorite, because this is the book that Sober Man and I sat down and did our steps in. And I began to learn a new way of life. And I hope anyone who gets started in this, if you stick around, you'll have a big book just like this too, because this is the book that I learned all my steps in. And if it wasn't for the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous, the fellowship, sponsorship, and all the things that the program of Alcoholics Anonymous has to offer, I wouldn't be alive today to do this video. And if you are an alcoholic or an addict in the program, and I don't care if you've got 1 day, 2 days, 3 months, a year, I don't care how much time you have, thank you for the gift of sobriety today. Thank you for helping me stay alive today. Thank you for the life that you've given me. And I want to thank God from the bottom of my heart, the God of my understanding, that I am alive today. And with that being said, I say this, and I hope anyone out there stuck in that world of alcoholism hears this more than anybody in the world. If nobody has told you that they love you, Prince Magnum does. God bless you, and have a happy 24. Thank you.